Are you ready to break free from self-doubt and start a life-changing journey towards accepting yourself? I know what it's like when people keep telling you that you're not good enough. It seems like society wants us to fit into a certain shape, but that shape isn't reasonable and isn't as good as it could be. So, here's the truth. Accepting our flaws doesn't mean we have to settle for less. It's about accepting ourselves for who we really are. It's about understanding that our flaws are what make us special and beautiful. We should stop trying to fit into someone else's idea of who we should be and start being ourselves. Let me tell you about my own journey. Things were going wrong in my life. I felt like I was always letting people down and never living up to my own or other people's standards. But I knew in my heart that there must be a better way. At that point, I decided to go on a journey to learn to accept myself. The first step on this journey was admitting that I have flaws. It wasn't easy to face the bad things I said to myself and the idea that I had to be perfect. But I realized that my flaws didn't make me who I am, they were just a part of me. And then the real work started. I started by thinking about where my fears and doubts about myself came from. I found that they had to do with society's expectations, comparing myself to others, and looking for approval from outside myself. I realized that these things that were making me feel bad were not helping me. It was time to stop needing other people to agree with me and start agreeing with myself. The second step was to stand up to the social pressures and unrealistic standards that had been holding me back for a long time. I started to question the expectations that were put on me, and to change my own ideas of what success and happiness meant to me. It felt good to let go of those standards and start going in my own direction. As I learned more, I realized how important self-care and self-compassion are. It wasn't just about giving myself a little extra care every now and then. It was about making self-care an everyday habit. I put my physical and mental health at the top of my list of priorities. I worked on being aware, being thankful, and thinking about myself. I learned to be kind to myself and to love and respect myself the way I deserve. Another important step on this path to self-acceptance is to work on having a good attitude. How we see ourselves changes a lot based on what we think. By actively changing our thoughts to be more positive, we can help ourselves accept themselves and build self-belief. Start by challenging the negative things you say to yourself and changing them with positive things. Remind yourself of your strengths, accomplishments, and unique traits. Focusing on the things you like about yourself and your life is a great way to show thanks every day. Surround yourself with good things, like uplifting books, podcasts, or groups that will help you. Self-acceptance is a process that takes time, so it's important to keep that in mind. Be kind to yourself as you work through setbacks or times when you question yourself. No matter how small, you should be happy about the gains you make along the way. Self-compassion is also an important part of this process. Just like you would with a close friend, be kind and patient with yourself. When you make a mistake or run into problems, say to yourself words that will help and encourage you. Accept that you are a human, and give yourself room to learn and grow. Having a good group of people around you, is another important part of the journey to self-acceptance. Find people who share your values and who make you feel good about yourself. Talk about important things and share your stories. By being around people who love and respect you, you create a supportive environment that helps you accept yourself. As you move forwards on your path to self-acceptance, remember that you may face challenges. There may be times when you question yourself or find yourself falling back into old habits. But you haven't failed because of that. It's just a warning to get back on track and keep going forwards. This journey taught me that self-acceptance is not a goal, it's a process that never ends. It takes time and kindness towards yourself. I had to tell myself that it's okay to have bad days, and that setbacks are a normal part of growing up. I told myself it was okay to make mistakes, and I learned to look at them as chances to learn and grow. So, I want to ask you to join me on this journey to self-acceptance that will change your life. Accept your flaws, rewrite your own story, and let your flaws be what makes you strong. Together, we can make a world where people enjoy self-acceptance and self-love. You are good enough, and your road to accepting yourself starts now.